Come along, Mick, and we'll have a look. The first thing we always check when we're walking around a machine is whether or not it's got its daily logbook. We have a look, we can see what the machine number is, which is generally on the side here, H101056. Have I got the right machine? Yes, I do, H101056. Open up to get the logbook out of the pouch, which is what we have here. This tells us that we've got the Genie and the model number, and you can't really see it, Nick, come in and have a look, but you can see it there, Genie GS1932, date of manufacture, date commission, date of last annual inspection, which was the 29th of October 19. We'll touch base on that in a minute because that's got to be within a year, and it looks like they'll have to get this annually inspected before the end of next month is out. So we'll have a look. On your daily inspection, just make sure we've got the right logbook for the right machine. What I'll do eventually is I'll come across, and like everyone else has done here before, they've filled out the logbook, which is fantastic. I'll be filling out there and then. First up, let's have a look. Pre-inspection checklist to make sure that the machine has come at the right time with everything it needed. There's our 3 monthly service inspection. That was done on the 9th of the 9th, so that is in date as well because they've got 3 months to do that, and they've signed off on that one there. Another thing we'll look at is whether or not this has had any issues that we need to worry about before we open it up. That will be in the faults and problems. And having a look here now, there's no fault, so I can instantly say that as of the last person that used this machine is right to go. And there again is another copy of our maintenance and inspection report for the scissor lift. So basically what we do now is we just have a look around the machine. I like to have a look at the tyres first, see that that's all right. We can already see that the flashing light is working, and we'll check that that's audible later. Walk around the machine. It's got a bit of concrete dust on it. If anything, what I would do is I'll sweep that out before use. But aside from that, that's all pretty good. Is the battery working? Yes, it is. We've got the flashing light on. We've got that off and on, the emergency stop procedure, and it looks like we've got plenty of battery line there as well. We've also got operational decals, any hazard warnings or anything like that, which is all clearly visible. Pop up into the machine now. Does the catch work? Yes, it does. Does it automatically close? Fantastic again. That's brilliant. And you can also see that this machine has been inducted onto site with multiplex, so we already know that they've done their pre-checks as well. In I go. First we'll check to see if this rolls out. All good. Thank God it does. Again, the reason why it's a bit sticky is because there's a bit of concrete dust in here, and we'll sweep that out before we use it. That comes all back on. Next thing we check as well is whether there's the operational manual. So come in here, Nick, and have a look at this. Where we are, yeah, we've got the manual, which is good. So that's our operator's manual. You should all be familiar with the functions of the scissor lift. We should also have our risk assessment in here, which pretty much shows any risks associated with this machine and what we can do to mitigate them. And then I think that's just another one of those. There you go, generic manufacturer's risk assessment. So that's the paperwork ticked off. And another one in there as well. We've also got the Elevator Work Platform Association of Australia, their safety handbook as well. A few facts, you should all be familiar with that before using the machine. And obviously the first thing before anyone actually operates one of these machines is that you have the correct qualifications to drive it, and that goes without saying. Bang up here on the top, we do our first few checks here first. Does the horn work? Yes, it does. We've got the on-off switch on. First thing I like to do is see if the machine can go up. Hopefully I've got the right button here. The buzzer working, which is the alarm. Then we'll check if it can go forward and back. And the machine switches off. all audio is working, the joystick is clearly labelled, and all the buttons on the joystick are clearly labelled as well. What I might do, hop on down, check any sort of the damage that you might see. Let me just put this up. Just pause on that one. Just stop. Are we still recording? Yes. Keep on recording. Pretty much, once we've done all of our safety checks and we're satisfied with the condition of the machine, again, I would definitely sweep out the inside of this, just because that's where our work platform is. We want to keep that nice and clean. The person that was probably scraping the feet of the concrete didn't do that before he gave it back to us. But aside from that, I'm pretty much happy with the condition of this machine, and I'll follow in all of my safety checks in this book. One question that you might be wondering is, if there was an issue where something didn't work, what would we do? We'd report the faults in this. We'd write out a fault, declare it. We'd also probably take the key and take that to our supervisor and manager, let him know what the issue is, and tag out the machine so no one unwittingly comes and uses the machine without checking first. All right, thank you very much.